Hey Derek, welcome to 5 Minute Takes and thank you for joining us. How's your day
Cool.
going?
Of course, it's going good, Dozy. How about you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. It's chilly this morning, but I guess that's Calgary and all the madness that comes with it. So I'll get right into it. I just had one question for you. The question I had for you today was, what are your top lead gen tactics and why?
Top lead gen tactics and why? Sure. So my answer may be a little more skewed to the enterprise, but I think these are tactics that can apply to a lot of different kind of sales motions and organizations. I think one thing that we're doing more of since I've come over here to SmartBear, and I've done it in past lives as well, is direct mail. I think the key is doing it in a way that's personalized and not necessarily something that's able to be scaled across hundreds of people. So we just did a campaign recently where we researched a bunch of key prospects where they go to college, and we actually bought $40, $50 sweatshirts of their alma mater and sent those out in direct mail with a handwritten note and things like that, right? So direct mail that's a little more personalized, right? As opposed to we could have sent these folks a Smart Bear sweatshirt, and I love Smart Bear sweatshirts, but I'm sure that they probably get a lot of vendor swag, right? So it's a way to stand out. So I'd say that's one, direct mail. Two, I think again for kind of a small enterprise or enterprise sales organizations, more smaller, intimate events, right? Whether that be virtual or in person. I think they're making a comeback. In past lives, I've done really successful small virtual events where you work with marketing and you bring in, kind of a thought leader. You do a Q&A interview style portion of the event, and then you have like a wine tasting or whatever, some sort of networking piece of it, right? So there's obviously some content about your industry, trends, etc., but then you've got a networking component to it as well. So I've seen those work really good, both in person and virtual, because you're giving prospects the chance to talk to their peers, right? Talk to folks from similar companies in the same industry, and ideally, as a seller, you're also getting prospects to talk to customers, right, and hear firsthand about kind of why some of your products are working. So that's been really effective as well. And then I'd say, lastly, right, obviously this is in UserGen's wheelhouse, but making sure that you stay close to past users, past champions, buyers, right, as they move from company to company. So, I know you guys don't do this show to plug user gems, but that is something we're very, very focused on doing, because for a company like SmartBear, we've got something like 32 million users of our products. So there's a lot of people that are changing jobs from one organization to another. We've got to stay on top of that and make sure that if we have a former user go to a new company, that we're using that as an opportunity to hopefully, get on their short list of things to do once they get into their new role. So I would say those are the three things that I've seen work really well, and I think are just more top of mind right now, at least for me, from a lead gen perspective.
Cool. I like those three. I swear like the user gems plugin.
Cool. I mean, he didn't tell me to do that. I promised people, but I had to do it. I'm a former buyer, so I can plug
Yeah,
user gen.
yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. I understand. I get the sentiment totally. I think I have a follow up question.
Yeah.
If your team got to choose just one, which would you take out of the three tactics you talked about?
Ooh. That's a really good question. I think it would somewhat depend on the team, right? Is it an enterprise team? Is it more of an SMB, transaction type team? I'll answer the question, I think, for my specific team here and, the enterprise sales organization. I would do the second one. So that virtual events and or smaller, intimate in-person events. I would say those are the most important. One, because you can't replace being face to face with
Mhm.
customers and prospects. But two, it's the only one that gives you the ability to potentially do some thought leadership and selling, and also again giving the customers and prospects a chance to talk to each other is just super powerful from my experience. So if I had to pick one for my team, I would say that. If I think more at an entire company level, like a company that's got an enterprise, a mid market, maybe an SMB, I would probably say, tracking past champions and buyers is the one that's going to give you the most bang for your buck, because that's going to scale,
Mm,
realistically across all three segments of your sales
yeah.
organization. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Thank you so much for doing this. It was really great talking to you about this.
My pleasure. Appreciate it, Dozy. Thank you so
All right.
much.
All right, then. Have a good day.
You too, man.